Make sure you go check out our Twitter at @complete_MMA, where we are giving you not only the best content over the last couple of weeks, but we have started up a bunch of new polls. We've started up a bunch of new interactive tweets that you guys can tell us about what you think, and we could actually get some conversation between. I'm going to start that over because I'm not sure how great the audio was. But make sure you go check out our Twitter at @complete_MMA, where we've been putting up a lot of great content lately. We've even started a new fan poll, favorite fighters of the UFC. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we've just been going off over the last couple of weeks. So if you want to get in touch with us, if you want to have some conversation with us, make sure you go to our Twitter at @complete_MMA. And you can also go check out our community, MMA Complete Accumulation, where we are responding to every single tweet and we are going back and forth with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. So go check that out on our Twitter again at @complete_MMA, and let's get into the show. But boom, we're live. Boom, we're live.
Boom.
Episode 150. Today was a very interesting day for MMA Twitter. You all right? Feeling good?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah?
I'm good.
All right, cool. How are you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. Happy January 26th.
Yeah, thank you. Big day. I mean, a lot of engagement, a lot of traction. Checking left, checking right. You know, just Aljamain.
Aljamain, for some reason, blew the fuck up on Twitter today.
Fight news coming soon, I'm guessing?
Yeah, his fight with Henry Cejudo isn't confirmed yet, but everything that we've been seeing is basically saying that Henry Cejudo versus Aljamain Sterling at UFC 287 on April 8th for the bantamweight title. What do you guys think of that now? We haven't talked about this. We've talked about how this is probably going to be the fight, but do you think Sean O'Malley should have got a fight before Henry Cejudo?
You can argue that, but I mean, Henry Cejudo, he's proven himself. You basically say that he has proven himself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's my guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
The guy
I think that Henry Cejudo, the last time he competed was 3 years ago, and he was champ. So I get that he comes back and he deserves a title shot. I would have thought for the money, though, Sean O'Malley would have got the next title shot, you know? Like, I think that fight just fucking sells.
Yeah, I mean, how much more does it sell than Cejudo, though?
I think a lot more. O'Malley as the fucking main event, I think that sells.
I think they're co-main.
Cejudo and O'Malley, no, they're main. I mean, it's not confirmed yet.
Do you think it would be a main event?
Yeah, I do. And Aljo has never been a main event either.
That's
all of his fights have been co-main event.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if it would be a main event. I'm more curious to that. I mean, it would be great if it was a co-main to John Jones, but I mean,
now the co-main for John Jones is Valentina Shevchenko and Alexa Grasso, which is
it's awful. It's awful. I'm gonna straight out come out and say I don't give a shit. That's awful, dude.
I mean, it's cool to see Shevchenko because we haven't seen her in a while, but Alexa Grasso isn't even the number one contender in the women's flyweight division.
What do you think's gonna happen, Zach? What do you think's gonna happen?
I mean, Shevchenko's obviously the favorite, but Alexa Grasso is on a 2-fight win streak. The thing that I'm pissed about.
Two fight.
Listen, in women's divisions, 2-fight win streaks of top 10 fighters. She's beaten 2 top 5 fighters in her 2 winning streak. So that's good enough to get you a title shot in any division.
Oh my god. It does. No, it does. Right. But I mean, like, just that. Come on. Like,
no, I get you. But the thing is, if you look at the women's flyweight division, you have. Do you know the name Manon Fiorot? She got rocketed up the division last year.
I remember the name.
She beat Caitlin Chukagian.
Remember, and like
she's on a 5-fight win streak. She's 26. She's like 9-1 in her career, and she should have gotten the title shot, and they just completely brushed right past her. And that name would have made ready. That fight actually is competitive. Like that fight, people would pick against Shevchenko. I guarantee it. But this fight against Grasso, who's the number 5 contender, who's actually on a 4-fight win streak.
Did you pick against her?
Fiorot versus Shevchenko.
That's what everybody watching right now is most curious about.
Listen, I picked against Fiorot when she fought Caitlin Chukagian, and Fiorot fucked her up. And Shevchenko's looked not as great as she used to in her last couple fights, so I don't know. Maybe. I might. It depends on the number. I think Fiorot's close, though. I think Fiorot's like a plus 200.
That's close.
For a Shevchenko fight. That's really close.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes versus Irene Aldana was also supposed to be on this card, and Amanda Nunes never signed the contract, so that fight's not happening either at UFC 285. Just saying.
That's great. You want to know why? Because it's not going to be a boring fight.
What is happening on 285 is Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov.
No.
It's true. We know Amanda Nunes would win, bro. Like, you're gonna
Do
say,
we?
"Oh, do
I
we?
don't know, dude.
Do we?
You don't
Yeah, she
know.
would.
She's
Yeah,
close
she
to.
would. Yeah, she
Yeah,
would.
I-
She would.
yeah, I
It's
guess.
fucking boring.
It's boring, but at the same time, you're watching a goat. You know, you gotta have
It's a
respect for that.
masterclass, man.
Shevchenko,
Give
the
a
same
shit.
thing.
I don't give a shit.
Do you not give a shit because they're
I want
goats?
no, because I want John Jones
right?
to have some help
He
selling
does
these
have some help.
pay-per-views.
He does have some fucking help. There's a
Dude.
lot of great fights. Jeff Neal, Shavkat Rakhmonov,
Oh yeah, that's gonna bring people
Jalen Turner
to
versus Dan
buy
Hooker.
the fuck out of this pay-per-view. That's gonna bring everybody out of the woodwork.
Jalen Turner
Because
versus
Jeff
Dan Hooker.
Neal and Rakhmonov are gonna fight.
What was that?
It's gonna bring people.
What
out
was
of the,
that name?
Rakhmonov.
Okay, yeah.
It's gonna bring people out of the woodwork. Everyone's gonna be buying this pay-per-view now because Jeff Neal and Rakhmonov are fighting.
And Jalen Turner and Dan Hooker.
Woo! Oh my god.
I see what you're saying.
Oh
And you
my
do have a
God.
good point, but you just got to see how the UFC does this. Like the UFC's
Yeah,
not
they
going to
never
put
give John
3
Jones any
huge
help.
main events.
Zero help.
Well, they tried giving him Shevchenko and Nunes. That would have been good help. It's not crazy help. It's not fucking spectacular, but it's good help. That's 3 championships and 3 goats on the same card. That's pretty great for the MMA diehards. For the MMA casuals, maybe it's not.
No, that's tough. I
You
feel
think
like
you're
it's a
not
50-50. That's a toss-up.
Now, without Nunes, you're
Dude, I'm
right.
not even gonna say anything because we both know the answer deep down. Like, this dude gets no help. Like you give him like fucking man anybody. Any two guys.
I was surprised that Piotr Jan versus Mirab Walsh Willie wasn't on this card. That's the week after it, and I really thought that would have been on this card.
Possibly,
It makes so much more
yeah.
sense.
I mean, like anybody.
You got Ryan Spann, Nikita Krylov on the card before it, and then you.
Dude, I can. It's just like fuck, man. Like, yeah, like we know these people, but like, yo, like,
Yeah, but that's how the UFC does it. They're not going to put 3
No, that's
huge
right.
title fights.
but if they could have a lot more Conor McGregors, they definitely would. Anybody would.
Well, now
But-
that they're doing 15 pay-per-views a year at $80 a pay-per-view, they just
Jeff
want people
Neal
to buy
and-
a bunch of different pay-per-views. They don't
Jeff-
want to just be like, "Oh, I'm just going to buy this one."
Jeff Neal and Rakhmonov, that should be like main eventing a fight night. Like that shouldn't even be.
I don't know. I think it's going to be good to get Rakhmonov on a pay-per-view. This is the first time on a pay-per-view. You got to introduce the world to this guy. That's what's going to
Listen,
happen. That's what's going
A
to happen.
fight
People
night
are
with
going
your
to
name
buy
on
this
it?
pay-per-view. People are going to buy this pay-per-view.
Watch
And
John Jones.
They're going to watch the main card, and they're going to be like, all right, we got to wait till John Jones. Yeah, I've heard of this Rakhmonov guy. And then he's going to sleep Jeff Neal, and they're going to be like, oh, shit, okay, Rakhmonov's like a big dude. And then he's going to get traction that way. That's why you put him on pay-per-view main cards with John Jones, because you know people are going to watch him.
Not as many people as if you were to put an actual fighter at the co-main event that people want to actually fucking watch. Not
I agree with you.
a chick fight.
I think you're selling
Nobody-
it a little short, man.
I'm not selling it short at all, Zach, because how many times has John Jones sold top 10 pay-per-views? How many times?
None.
None. Okay.
You could say that about a lot of goats,
a
man.
lot of goats. I know. Conor McGregor has 8 of them.
Mhm.
Don't you think it makes sense to put Conor McGregor on there more than any other card
Yeah,
this
but Conor's
year?
just not ready for it.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, even Poirier on it, or Gilbert Burns, or like.
And listen, if they had these fighters ready, I'm
I
sure
know,
that they would
I'm
love
thinking,
to
I'm
put it
trying
on
to think
there.
of other names that would even like Jelton Almeida, or
You think Jelton Almeida helped sell this card?
no,
Yeah.
no. I'm trying to think of names off the top of my head, but you know,
I do
there's
know
a
what you're
lot
saying.
better names.
No, of course I know what you're saying. But the
Then
problem is
Alex
these guys just
Grasso
aren't
and Shevchenko.
accepting the fights. So the
And
UFC's
Amanda
doing.
Nunes. No one gives a fuck. Sorry. No one cares. You want to know why no one cares? Because everybody knows what the fuck is going to happen. Nobody is interested. It's a dead division. They're dead divisions.
You're definitely right. I would just say that, you know.
And it's
what-
no disrespect to them at all. Zero. It's just like, the fuck have we been watching for the past 5 years? Like, we're literally still talking about Ronda Rousey. And like Misha Tate makes an appearance. It's like, oh fuck, Misha Tate's still alive. It's like, oh my god, like what is it? They should honestly just like get rid of him.
No, they shouldn't do that.
They should just get rid of him.
No, they can't. No,
They shouldn't.
Yeah, well, they would get mad scrutiny for it, but honestly, like it's like every single fight's boring. They all go to decision. The only fights that are fun are like when someone gets like submitted. You know, they're all fucking boring. Every single one of them is boring. I look forward to
agree with
zero
that,
girl
man.
fights. Zero.
The last two Amanda Nunes fights were super exciting. Against Juliana Pena.
Oh my god. How
Shevchenko's
many
last
fights
two fights
before that?
Shevchenko's last two fights were really good too. Talia Santos almost beat Shevchenko in her last fight, and then the time before that was Jennifer Maia.
Wow, we're talking about the same two chicks, bro. It's like, come on. Like,
I just think you're selling them short, and I agree with
I'm
you on
selling
your
them
point.
short.
I agree
I'm
with you.
selling them short. I'm saying they're too good for their own fucking good. They're too good.
I agree with your point that
I think they're way too good. That's selling them way too high. And that is where we are in this division. It's because they are sold way too high and no one cares. There's no, like, what if? Like Ronda Rousey, like, oh, someone could beat her. You know,
there
she
was
just
no
fucking
what
goes
if.
to armbar.
There was no what if.
Oh, there was
Until
a what
Rousey
if.
got knocked out.
And then Amanda
Until she
Nunes.
got knocked out, there was no what if.
I know, but then you have Ronda Rousey versus Amanda Nunes, and then that happened. And then it gets more people talking. And then ever since then, it's like, nah. Like here and there, like
But
a
the
little
last
bit here
two
and
fights that Nunes had were very exciting. Nunes lost spectacularly.
there. Yeah, Zach, and what happened? What did we all think was going to happen? You called it. You said what was going to happen right before the fight. Like, yeah, this bitch is going to... She's going to knock her out in the first round.
For who? Nunes?
Yeah, you're like, there's
No.
no way Nunes is losing this fight. There is no
She
way.
didn't knock her out, though. She had a 5-round fight that was super good.
Domination.
Yeah.
Complete and utter domination.
In a fight that a lot of people were not picking Nunes. And then she came out and defended it. She came out and restated
And how
her
many
claim.
years did that take?
Well, okay. So
No, but I'm
Austin
just
is
saying-
not happy with the women's division.
No,
Rightfully so.
they-
I'm not saying you're not.
Are
All
you
I'm
happy?
saying,
No, are you happy?
yes.
You're happy.
I think the women's divisions have gotten better.
Wow.
But I pay attention to more than
Wow.
just the top 3 of the women's divisions. I look at the whole top 15. Women's strawweight, which we haven't talked about because it's not on here, has been doing very well.
Why don't we
Women's-
talk about it, Zach?
Women's flyweight just showed that Jessica
But why don't
Andrade
we
is a
talk
huge.
about it?
What do you mean? Why don't we talk about it?
We
I've
never
tried
talk
talking
about
about it,
We tried, yeah.
but you don't really pay attention to strawweight, so I want to keep the
No,
conversation
because no one
going.
cares.
So, all right. Well, we have a lot more to talk about today. I don't know why we got started with UFC 285. That was a really good conversation to start it with, though, and I'm still going to buy the pay-per-view either way. But we have a lot to talk about today
For John
because
Jones.
a lot of new shit dropped today. A lot of new fights announced today and a bunch of shit that happened on our Twitter, which if you guys haven't checked out, go follow us on our Twitter at @complete_MMA, where we have been putting a lot of stuff about Aljamain Sterling in particular. Today blew up. We've been talking about John Jones and Cyril Gane. We've been talking about Conor McGregor on The Ultimate Fighter, which has been blowing up the last 2 days. Jorge Masvidal had a lot of shit to happen today on Twitter. So that's what I want to get into to start off. The welterweight division right now is the hottest division in the UFC. You have Conor McGregor talking about going on The Ultimate Fighter. You have Jorge Masvidal tweeting that fight announcement's coming soon. So we expect to see a Jorge fight happening, if not in the summer, in the spring. And then we have Gilbert Burns and Bilal Muhammad tweeting at everybody trying to get fights. And I'm interested to hear what you guys think will happen.
Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal, tough.
What do you think?
Tough like the league, not like tough matchup, like
The Ultimate
the
Fighter.
Ultimate
The
Fighter.
Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Just when's Jorge gonna come out of the woodwork? Like we haven't heard anything about that, and I feel like he's still dealing with legal shit with Colby.
Mm-hmm.
So like, can he still do it? Like I don't know.
He could definitely
Like,
still have fights.
Yeah.
But the question is, like, when the fuck is he going to come out?
like, come on, like
Colby hasn't fought since Jorge either.
So you know, like,
It's been almost a year. It was February of 2022.
and they were like really, really hot in UFC.
Yeah.
Like they were the
Fuck yeah,
like
they
the,
were.
the name of UFC. At least Jorge was.
That was the second to last time UFC has main evented a pay-per-view without a title fight. Was Jorge and Colby. Main evented Madison Square Garden. That rivalry was huge at that point. I don't know if I'd say it was a top 10 rivalry in UFC history. It was getting there though.
Yeah.
But
Big.
yeah, Jorge apparently has some fight announcements coming soon. I personally, I can just see Conor on the Ultimate Fighter not happening. I want it to happen, and I think Conor versus Masvidal is the fucking way to go. But it's just one of those things I can see it falling out. Like it was supposed to happen, but it just never happened. And I can see Conor versus Chandler still happening in like July. That's what I kind of think is gonna happen. Although I'd so much rather Jorge versus Conor. That'd be fucking amazing. And then you got Gilbert Burns and you got Bilal Muhammad talking shit to each other. Not shit to each other, but the welterweight division is fucking on fire right now. You have Usman versus Edwards happening at 286 on March 18th. That trilogy is going to be huge. I don't know. I really like what's coming out of there, and I hope that Conor versus Masvidal happens. Because I think Conor's going to come back at welterweight. I don't think he's going to come back at lightweight.
No, he's on roids too, dude.
Right.
He's like, he is on some shit right now. He is
So
fucking ripped.
The last time Conor was on The Ultimate Fighter was like 2012, and he was the coach, coach, against Uriah Faber in a fight that was supposed to happen at featherweight for the interim title. Fight never happened between him and Faber, and when Conor realized that, he basically like didn't keep on the show. Like he was like, here's my coaches, here's Jack Kavanaugh, here's my striking and jiu-jitsu coaches. Like you guys should learn from them. Like I'm not gonna teach you anything. And Conor kind of didn't really participate in the show. And I wonder if that would happen again. Like I bet Conor, it would be great TV, and obviously the UFC wants Conor on the Ultimate Fighter. But like I wonder if Conor would kind of be flaky, and like if some shit happens, he'd have to leave. I don't know. It seems a little unstable to me.
Oh, I think definitely. I think he is a diva when it comes to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no telling what he's going to do. He could just be like, yeah, fuck this, I'm done.
Right. Anything?
It is just a tweet, you know?
It is. You're right.
He's
It is
just
just
blowing
a tweet.
smoke, you know?
Yeah. I get that.
Conor also posted on his Instagram that he wanted to do it, so.
Right. That's what it blew up for everybody.
Yeah. And then Jorge says that same day, I don't believe in coincidences. Jorge says that same day, big fight news coming soon. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty obvious.
I wish they would just fucking announce it already.
Yeah, like they're both, it makes sense too, like both like kind of like they
In a
deserve
spot.
to be like where they are, like, you know, both at 170 and
But that main event sells a fucking pay-per-view.
bro, that shit sells a lot.
That press conference is golden.
Oh, there's a lot of shit talking.
Mhm.
You could go like you could sell that big time.
You got Jorge trying to be all stoic, like I'm going to hurt this person.
And
Like,
he's
this
not.
guy is going to get hurt. He's going to bleed in the octagon, and I'm gonna come in there. And then you got Conor like, shut the fuck up.
Who the
fuck is that
guy?
guy? That's gonna be so much fun.
What do you got?
Conor.
I got Conor.
Yeah, I got
I
Conor.
got Conor.
Definitely.
Mile away. Like, no disrespect to Jorge.
No disrespect to Jorge, but listen, man. Jorge is popularity-wise, he's a top 5 guy. Like he should be fighting the Usmans and the Covingtons and the Burns, the Conors, but skill-wise, he's like 10 to 15 for me right now. I really don't see a lot of top 10 guys where he's beating. If you look at the welterweight division, like, is he beating Bilal Muhammad? I don't think so. Is he beating Gilbert Burns? No. Is he beating Stephen Thompson? Maybe. That's an interesting fight, but you're talking about a 40-year-old Stephen Thompson here. Like,
I don't think he does, man. I don't think he does.
Jeff Neal, I don't think so. I think Jeff Neal knocks him the fuck out. Sean Brady, maybe.
Jeff
he beat
Neal.
Sean Brady. Yeah.
And then you got him. You got Luque. I think Luque beats Masvidal. Rachmanov definitely beats Masvidal.
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't think Luque beats Masvidal.
No?
I don't think.
No,
I
no.
think that's a better fight than what it is.
Yeah.
The
I think Masvidal-
three losses in a row does not look good.
Yeah, but it's to Usman and Covington.
Yeah, I know, but it's still.
Granted, he did get fucked up in all 3 fights. Like, neither of the 3 fights were close.
Yeah.
One on a week notice is a notable excuse, but he got knocked the fuck out by Usman. Usman put his teeth on the other side of the octagon, and then Covington bullied him for 5 rounds.
And
So,
then Jorge won after that.
Yeah, and then Jorge beat him up outside an Outback Steakhouse in Miami. Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that would be... First of all, that's Jorge's best money fight. That's the best thing he could do for money, and everybody knows that. Anytime you're fighting Conor, that's the best thing you can do for money, obviously. But where you're at for Jorge now, if you lose your next fight and you're Jorge, you're lower in the rankings, and now you're in danger of, like, you might get cut. So do the Ultimate Fighter, be on TV, get more popularity, and get paid. And then if you lose to Conor, it's not that bad. You can still definitely fight someone after that. Like, that's the best scenario for Jorge. And then in the meantime, make Gilbert Burns versus Bilal Muhammad, because that's a fight I'd want to see. That's a fight that Gilbert Burns might lose.
That's a fight that Bilal wants.
Yeah.
You know?
I think so. Elsewhere, new fights announced today. Okay, so the big one that got announced today, it's not confirmed, but Beneil Dariush versus Charles Oliveira. It's supposed to happen in May. What are your guys' thoughts on this fight?
I think Beneil Dariush is very underestimated in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that as well. I might even have to go pick him in the fight, but
Mhm.
I think it depends on how Charles looks leading up to the fight.
I think Beneil Dariush, 100%.
It's tough for me because Beneil is a good striker. He actually impressed a lot of people with his striking lately, especially against Mateusz Gamrot. He did really well.
Ground game really good.
Ground game, though, like, if you're Dariush, do you want to go on the ground with Oliveira?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know.
It's tough.
That's real tough. And then you have Oliveira, who's become a really great technical boxer.
Yeah.
So it's a really close fucking fight. Dariush is no doubt stronger. That's an advantage Dariush has. If we check the reach, I think Dariush has a short reach, if I'm not mistaken. 72 inches.
Oh, shit. 1 minute ago, dude. MMA Orbit.
Charles Oliveira has... All right, so Charles Oliveira would have a 2-inch reach advantage, which isn't crazy, but it's pretty good.
Did you see that notification? Is that why you brought it up?
No. Is it confirmed?
The date targeted for 1 minute ago. The date being targeted for the rumored fight between Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush is May 6th.
And that is UFC 287. No. That's 288. Shit. Yep, that's 288. These fights are not confirmed, by the way. This is just when I got the dates.
Yeah.
Does that main event a card? Does that main event a pay-per-view?
Definitely. I think so.
I think Oliveira is big enough to main event a pay-per-view without a
Depends
title.
where it is. Depends where it is, I feel like.
Yeah. Yep. They usually do an Abu Dhabi card around then. It would probably be something like Abu Dhabi, or it would be Vegas. The UFC has talked about doing a Miami card soon, which now that I think about it makes sense for Masvidal getting a fight soon, because the UFC has been talking about either May 6th or May 27th getting a Miami card, and that would be Jorge. So if
Conor likes
we do,
Miami.
if we do have Jorge's fight announcement soon, be ready for that to be in May. Oh man, Oliveira Dariush, that's such a tough fucking fight, dude.
That is tough. That is tough.
I don't know.
I
feel like Charles might still win that fight.
I might go Oliveira. I might go Dariush. I might. I don't know.
It's
Then
tough.
I
It's
feel
tough.
like then you're saying that Charles is kind of like where does Charles
I don't.
sit after that?
Dariush
You know
doesn't
what I
really.
mean?
Charles
get
goes
knocked
only
out.
down to like 3.
You think so? Yeah, 3.
Like he's still above Poirier.
Right?
So it would be Islam's champ. Dariush would go to number 1 contender. And then Oliveira would be 2. And Poirier would be 3. Also, think about this.
It's
Like
probably what should happen. It's probably what is going to happen, to be honest
the
with you.
winner of if it is Connor versus Jorge, the winner of Connor Jorge will get bumped into the top 5. I fucking guarantee it. Even if it's Jorge. If it's Connor, I bet you he goes top 5.
How do you spell Beneil?
Beneil.
Beneil?
Shit. I can't wait for all that shit to happen.
Darush, how do you spell that?
Daryush.
Darush with an I.
And the one name that gets left out of all of this, if you guys have been keeping track, is Colby. Like, what happens with Colby now? Is Colby going to retire? Is Colby done? Has he gone as far as he can?
I mean, I don't think he's going to break the Usman barrier. You know what I mean? So.
But it sucks because he did really well against Usman the second time. Like, really well.
Yeah, but he still lost.
He
You
did.
know what I mean?
100%.
So it's not enough.
He did lose.
His only 2 losses in the last 7 years are to Usman. You know what I mean?
Mm.
His only fighter he's beaten that's in the top 10 of welterweight is Jorge Masvidal. He beat RDA, who's in the top 10 of lightweight, and he beat Tyron Woodley, who was number 3 at the time, but, you know, Tyron Woodley also got knocked out by Jake Paul, so how much does that fight really matter? So, yeah, Colby's becoming irrelevant, man. It's going to be over a year before he fights again, if he fights again.
This pound for pound list looks so weird now. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, why?
Why? No, it's just like Jamal Hill.
Mm-hmm. Did you
there.
expect? I
Robert
expected
Whitaker, Figueiredo's still at 15. Like Brendan Moreno's at 9 now.
Mm-hmm.
Aljamain Sterling at 8. Oliveira's at 7. Like Adesanya's still above Pereira, 5 to 6. Like Usman, Leon Edwards, like all these people, they just fought each other, and they're still like. It's a weird pound for pound list. It's weird.
Well, that's what happens when a bunch of the pound for pound fighters lose, which we saw last year.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I do know that, but I'm just saying, like,
I thought it was interesting that Brandon Moreno got bumped up to 9.
that's what I think is interesting too. Like,
That's
above
a little
Jiri
too steep
Prochazka
for
and
me.
above
way
John Jones.
too high. Way
Above
too
Brandon
Dustin
Moreno's
Poirier.
above John Jones. Dustin Poirier is above John Jones, by the way, which
No,
I
he's
think.
not.
Really?
Yeah, he's 12.
Did
John Jones 11.
Okay, John Jones is right above him.
But I think Poirier should be above Moreno.
I don't even think.
I don't think
should be on the top 15.
Figueiredo's still 15. Like,
I don't even think Poirier should be top 15. Like, I would have. You got a couple guys. Like, is Cyril Gane deserving to be on that list? You know what I mean?
it's so
Is Jan Blachowicz deserving to be on that list? Is Magomed Ankalaev?
Let me just say what it is. Is Makachev number 2, Volkanovski. They're fighting.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman just fought 3 and 4.
They're about to fight again.
Yeah. Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira just fought, possibly are fighting again.
Well, that's what we want. You want the top fighters to be fighting each other.
Yeah, I guess. But I feel like pound for pound.
I
I
want.
feel like that's more
Pereira at
division. I
double
feel like that's more
champ, man.
division more than pound for pound now. But I don't know.
If Pereira becomes double champ, where does he lie on the list?
Well, all right.
Like there's no heavyweights. There's no heavyweights in the top. John Jones is the only
Well,
heavyweight.
Ngannou was 3 before he left.
John Jones is the only heavyweight
Yeah.
in the pound for pound, and he hasn't fought in heavyweight yet.
Ngannou was number
I
3
know.
before he left.
Like
And-
Stipe's not even in here, and he's only lost to the
Stipe
Ngannou.
hasn't fought in 2 years, is the thing. If you're gonna say why is John Jones there, because he's John Jones.
I know, but
Because he's John Jones.
you can't really. Yeah, but you can't make 2 years the GOAT of the heavyweight division.
Jamal Hill's
I
what,
agree.
13?
Ngannou was 3.
Damn.
Jamal Hill's 13. I don't mind that because Glover was 14. Glover was 14 and then he
Alright.
beat him. Soundedly.
Yeah.
Fucked up Glover.
Yeah.
I don't mind him at 13.
Should Bilal Muhammad be like 15?
Nah.
5-fight win streak?
Best fighter he beat was Sean
Pound for
Brady.
pound? Yeah, no. I'm just trying to make.
No, I
trying to make
know.
an argument here.
Cyril Gane, Jan Blachowicz, I can see going on
Yeah.
there.
Glover? Retired.
Yeah, but see, Glover's retired, but Glover is still in the light heavyweight rankings.
Like that dude's not in here.
Magomed Ankalaev. I think Davison should get dropped out of the
This pound for pound is fucked up.
It is. We should make our own pound for pound.
We should make our own pound for pound.
We did that a couple weeks ago.
I know.
Well, I did that, and so if we wanted to do it, we totally could.
This
do
is a
pound for pound.
fucked up list. Like I don't know if Dana White.
Do you guys want to do that right now, or do you want to keep talking about? I really don't have that much more to talk about today. So, you guys want to?
What is that? Ultimate Fighter.
This is
Bilal
Bilal Muhammad
Muhammad
that tweeted it. Bilal Muhammad and Conor McGregor. I do not want to see this.
I do not want to
No
see that.
way.
Bilal Muhammad just tweeted a picture of him and Conor at the Ultimate Fighter. I don't want to see that.
No. You should have put 3 periods. He's probably gonna respond to that.
I've tweeted at Bilal a couple times. He's never
Me
responded.
too. He will.
Do you guys want to make a pound for pound list?
Yeah, put it right on a tweet.
Oh, wait. Glover Teixeira was just removed from the UFC roster. There we go. 20 minutes ago. All right.
Tweet that out. Do something under it.
I will.
That definitely went trending.
All right. So, on the fly, UFC pound for pound.
Well,
rankings.
Muhammad replied. You
replied to us?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what he wrote. That was that fucking tweet. That was the tweet. He replied under us.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He replied to us.
To us.
And I said next.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Good one, Zach. Good one.
Damn.
You are fucking savage.
Here's who he. Oh yeah, because I put him at number 3. Oh, so I guess I do want to see that fight.
Zach, you got
Nice.
short-term memory.
I'm fine with it. I didn't realize he
I'm fine
replied
with
to us.
I'm fine with it.
I just saw that.
I'm
on our
fine with it.
fucking...
You said next.
Well, oh, Shamil Abdurakhimov was also deleted.
Wow.
Huh.
Fucking replied to us. Look at what he just tweeted.
Wow. Huh. He also replied with Jorge Masvidal, Connor, and Michael Chandler,
And Tony.
and Colby.
And you said next.
You
You fucking you
nut.
you worm.
I have a strong foundation of not deleting tweets, but I almost want to delete this one.
You should delete it and respond. No, you can't fucking delete that. You want to
Yeah.
know why? Because you already saw it.
Right. That's
No,
so.
respond to the tweet. Respond to the tweet. No, yeah. No, to your next.
I'll save it.
You don't know what to do.
We'll think about it and we'll go back to it. We're gonna do a pound for pound list real quick. All right. So can we all are we down to do this? Are we good? I'm gonna have a commercial break.
You're geeking me out.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Make sure you guys go check out our Twitter at @complete_MMA, where we just got tweeted at by Bilal Muhammad. And you can also go check out the Fans Only Sports Mini social
This
media page.
motherfucker said
And you can go
next.
check out our Facebook page, MMA Complete. We will be right back after a quick little commercial.
Three.
This was off of our own tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, like his.
Oh yeah, I should like it. What?
Oh
Why?
my
Why are you
God.
guys laughing at me? I'm just trying to-
Because what do you mean why? It's fucking obvious. It's funny.
it's not like I fucked up.
No, I just think it's funny.
All right.
Next.
Next. I was just I was
One
trying to
word.
have fun.
One word
Nothing else.
to a top 10 fighter, and you say next. And it's a picture of him and Conor McGregor.
Hey, you were right there going,
That's
"Dude,
what
just put dot dot dot.
You
put
should have put dot dot
afterwards."
dot. You should have put dot dot dot.
You were cheering me on. I was
Yeah.
peer pressured into putting this tweet. I didn't want to put that tweet out there. It was all
Yeah,
us
but
idea.
I also didn't know that he tweeted at us until I
Neither
looked
did
at my
I.
fucking phone.
Neither did I.
And then I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, wait a minute. I scroll
Hold on
up
a second.
and I'm like, that's us.
You know what? It's okay. We're gonna move on.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. Bilal Muhammad, huge fan. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tweeting at us. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, he
Hey,
might have
can we
fucking
get
been.
some tickets?
He might have
Let's
fucking
get
been
some tickets.
watching, dude.
So, all
Might have
right.
been watching.
We were just talking about the Conor and Tough Enough too. I feel like, listen, I would want to see the fight, Bilal versus Conor. Don't laugh. I'm trying to be serious now.
I'm just looking at it. I'm gonna like it.
Okay. I would like to see that fight. That's actually a good fight. It's just the Ultimate Fighter,
Bro,
Bilal
I think-
Muhammad as a coach. I don't know what kind of personality he has.
No cap.
It's okay.
Muhammad
It's not
might-
good enough. It's not a match with McGregor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Jorge is.
Who do you got?
Bilal or Conor?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go Bilal Muhammad, bro.
I think Bilal Muhammad fucks him up. Honestly.
That's my first instinct is Bilal Muhammad.
I feel like Bilal would wrestle him.
Defense?
I feel like Bilal would actually really wrestle him.
Me too. And I think Bilal Muhammad's with the John Connor's.
That's so close. That's so close. I might have to go Bilal. I don't know. Because we haven't seen Conor in a fucking grip either. Have we not seen Conor in a year and a half now? It'll be
Been
like
a
2
long
years
time.
in June, right?
Bilal Muhammad should
Well,
win.
yeah, he blew out his ankle.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
Exploded.
So I wonder if fucking Yeah. If Conor can come back at 170, be totally healthy, and be like good for his weight, I don't know who would win. That'd be a really good fight. Because I think Bilal would try to take him down, but Conor has decent takedown defense.
Yeah, but does he have enough cardio? Has he been
That's the
at
question, like,
170
how-
enough, long enough? I don't think
How
so.
is he? Has he still been training? He looks yoked. So I mean, I'd assume that he's still been training. I don't know. I'd be interested in seeing that fight. I take it back. I don't want to say next.
And that's what I'm tweeting. You should actually quote tweet it. What's pontificate, fellas? Go back to the tweet. His tweet.
Okay.
Do.
Nah.
That is funny. Headshot bang. All right, go back to his retweet, quote tweet, and now what should we say? Hot take. Hot take.
Hot take: this great fight is worth the boring ass season of The Ultimate Fighter. Is that too much?
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, it's-
All right.
What the fuck? He already said next.
yeah.
You want him to like come to your house and like
Yeah, I
Fight
do.
you?
Fuck yeah, I do. Well, I'm calling you out. I can't make
Dude,
170.
relax. Shut
I
your mouth.
can't make 170. So if you
Zach.
want to go at 205, I'll make
Zach, you can
205.
go 145 and you can go 265.
What happens in this fight? I think Bilal Muhammad by decision.
Bilal Muhammad. Dude, honestly, tweet at Conor McGregor because he ain't never responded. Bilal Muhammad wins versus.
All right, now I'm not going to tweet this until you guys say it's okay because you guys are.
No, I
egging
would
me on
say
for
we
the last-
got right. Bilal Muhammad wins.
TKO.
Bilal Muhammad breaks his other leg. I don't know what.
I don't know. Bilal Muhammad. Say Bilal Muhammad versus Conor McGregor. You know, it's a great matchup. It's a great matchup stylistically. Compared to like who Conor McGregor could go up against. And like Conor could still have a chance, and it's more of a
More than Khabib. Worse.
do it.
Yeah.
Bilal Muhammad wins by decision against Conor McGregor. And then you gotta put Conor McGregor's name in there. Via. Decision, split decision, majority decision, unanimous.
Unanimous.
I would go
Good.
with a little more. I would say like why McGregor would lose. But all right. That's just me. Tweet it. Put a picture if you want.
You can't put pictures. Oh, you can put pictures on quotes. That's okay. That's all right. Any other breaking news happen?
Conor McGregor just tweeted at us. Do you want to say next?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I think it's the more you think about it, I don't think Muhammad can keep up with Conor McGregor's trash talk, and I think Jorge would have a better job at it. And
I agree.
Jorge has like that cool style to him, like that cool trash talk style where he can just take it and then dish it back. Dish it back. You might punch him in the face after at a restaurant, when he's not looking, but I think it would be very very good.
Shamil Abdurakhimov did get cut out. Oh, another fight that got announced today was Alexander Romanov versus Alexander Volkov. Heavyweight bout. That's a really good fight for the prospect Romanov. Just saying.
Motherfuckers be using the hot take in the comments now, bro.
Gilbert Burns tweeted at Masvidal asking if he was ready for London. Gilbert Burns really surprised me at 283, I got to tell you. I always knew he was good. Obviously, he's Gilbert Burns, but I didn't think that he was going to fuck up Magny that quick.
0 damage taken. Got punched 0 times. And if he did,
he's ready to go.
Nothing at all. He's ready to go next week.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, he could fight somebody.
And
he's been, man, he's so durable. He's proved himself, dude. Think about where he's come in the past 3 years. Who the fuck talked about Gilbert Burns 3 years ago?
I think arguably if Usman wasn't there, he'd be the champion and he'd be a very dominant champion.
I put out that.
You're
it's funny you say that. I put out that poll today. If Usman had never been in the UFC, who'd be the welterweight champion in the world?
It would be Gilbert Burns.
It would be Gilbert Burns.
Let's see what we got for votes. By the way, you guys can go vote on our Twitter for our favorite fighter poll, which we've been doing, which we put out today. We're going to be putting out more tomorrow. It's of your favorite fighter, not of who you think would win. We're just interested to see what you guys think is your favorite fighter to watch. I'm trying to see where that poll is because I did put that out. It's interesting that you bring that up. Oh, yeah, here it is. 20 votes. So far, Gilbert Burns and Colby Covington are tied with 40%.
And I think it's very close between the two of them.
20 votes and 0% went to Jorge Masvidal, by the way. 0 people have voted for Jorge. 20% to Leon, 40% to Colby, 40% to Gilbert.
Interesting.
37 votes in our MMA community is saying that Charles Oliveira will beat Beneil Dariush 70% to 30%.
Interesting.
And 58% of the votes for who Jorge should fight next.
What did you say?
I said Jorge. And then I said Jorge.
You said horseshit.
No.
That was great.
57% of the votes for Jorge's next fight to be
Shout out
against
Pete.
McGregor in The Ultimate Fighter.
Shout out Pete.
I have one other topic that I wanted to broach with you guys today. It is going around because it was last night. So
Who the fuck kill a lion?
it's a big boy.
I'd kill a lion.
That's a big guy.
No, not me. They're going extinct, bro.
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Even if it was eating people?
Nah.
If
it
it was
that guy's kind of a dick.
if it was about to like jump and kill a bunch of people, yeah, I would shoot it.
Yeah,
but
but
if it was just enjoying nature or like maybe dining on some nice zebra cuisine, I wouldn't fuck him up.
Even if it is gonna shoot people who are on like an elephant back, like why are they fucking with the lion? You know what I mean? In the first place,
You're asking for it.
you're going into its natural habitat, man. You deserve it.
I'd kill a lion. I'm being controversial as fuck tonight. I don't give a shit.
All right, so that bodes very well because I know that we are not going to get an argument, but we're going to have a very different opinion debate on this next topic.
Maybe.
And
just
I
agree
have
with you
no
100%.
idea where you are with it, so I'd love to hear your opinion.
All right.
Wait,
fair
well,
enough.
you know
The
where
next
I'm gonna
thing
stand?
we have, yes, I do. I'm pretty sure I do because you've tweeted about it.
Oh.
For 10 minutes, we have 10 minutes left of the podcast. I want to talk about Power Slap. What do you guys think?
Oh,
What do you guys think? Here's what I think. One,
you gonna disagree with me?
Dana White is going where the money follows. And it is a huge topic right now. And people wanted to see it last year, so he made it. And it is huge. And a lot of people don't like it and they're talking shit about it. But it's like our Twitter. Like, that's just more engagements. That's just more views on the subject. Personally, I don't like the product. I think that you shouldn't have entertainment profit. I think it's different of the UFC because the UFC, you can defend yourself and you can try to move out of the way. Whereas the power slap, you're just literally letting someone beat the shit out of your face. But it's not like they're totally writing waivers and saying I'm good to go for it and I'm accept it and whatever happens, happens. So that's totally fine. So maybe I shouldn't say I don't think it should happen. I'm not going to watch this product at all.
Yeah, me
I
either.
don't see the fun in it.
Me neither.
I don't see any real fun in it either. I think it's a
No.
good highlight thing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe fun to watch for like a second.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
If
I
there's
think
a
it fizzles
huge highlight, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. Have you guys seen these people's faces like 3 days after it?
yeah, no, I'm not a
That
big
first
fan of
one
that.
was a really extenuated example where the guy's face was like this. Like, that doesn't happen all the time. And that's
It
people
was
that are
kinda
too.
funny.
Yeah, but it seems like it happens a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
they're doing
Right.
it a lot. You know what I mean?
I think that's gross, man. I can't believe that shit happens.
It's-
I
They
wonder
wanna
what they
do
get paid.
They want to do
It's
Right.
not a lot.
Right. They're going
The
for
guy
it
got
and they
paid
accept
like
it.
$5,000. One of the guys on Barstool put up a video about it. You know the guy who does like
Here's
little
the thing,
clips
though.
about things. He
It's
put up a clip
$5,000.
about it.
get slapped.
It's $5,000, but you're not dedicating 3 months of training camp to it. You're not paying coaches anything out of that $5,000. So, like, hear me out here.
Yeah, but
Again,
your face is messed up for 3 weeks.
but say you're like, do they have like championships or anything? Do
you get
guys
like
know?
a belt, I think.
Do you get a
like
belt?
A slap champ. Well, it's like a tournament. You know what I
It
mean?
is. It's a tournament.
And it's basically whoever can last the longest. It's
Right.
not who can slap the hardest.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's who doesn't get knocked out.
yeah,
And they have refs there too. So like,
yeah.
the
They
guy that
catch the
had the
people.
huge face, like he would have kept going. He wanted to keep going, but the ref was like, "No, you got it. No, like you're not doing it."
Imagine that.
That's fucking crazy. What do you think, Garv?
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're signing up for. I'm not gonna watch it. You know, I don't really find it entertaining. Like, I see like the highlights and I'm like, oh shit, that guy got fucked up. But then I'm just like,
It's just there's no
Whatever.
skill. You know, there's no skill involved in that.
Toughness.
All right,
Toughness is kind of a skill.
Is that
See, like, technique's
no?
a
To me,
skill.
that's not a skill. Yeah, there's technique in it, but it's not like MMA where you're watching
Yeah,
a
but-
master class
Right.
of people wrestling, fighting, punching,
Head
kicking.
Movement.
It's a
You know what
great
I mean?
point.
Yeah, and these are people who know how to dodge, duck, dive. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I mean.
Dodge, duck,
That-
dip,
that's a
dive.
great,
yeah.
that's a great
But-
point. But like, you know,
You
at the
can't
end
do
of the
that in
day-
any of this slap box, and you're just sitting there.
Yeah, but who
you put a
looks-
bunch of powder on your face, and you just
Who looks more
clinch
messed up
up,
after,
bro.
though?
You just
Who looks more messed up after, the power slappers or the guy that fought in MMA?
Power slappers.
Oh, I would argue MMA.
Yeah,
You're not just seeing
I
what
think
Glover
I
looked
think
like?
that there are some
It depends.
There's some
Who looks more?
MMA fight. You're right. There's some MMA fights where people look way worse, but I would say that there's some power slap fights that the people look way worse too.
Yeah,
Like
but
that picture of the
percentage-wise-
guy.
Yeah, there's one picture's out
I don't know percentage.
from one fight.
I would say it's probably MMA, but I don't know percentage wise because I haven't
All right, well,
done
use the
any data
logic.
about it.
I mean, when it comes down to it,
Use the
broken
logic.
bones, all those things that they have in their hands and everything, they don't get that a lot in slap box.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
But then you look at a fight like Gilbert Burns, Neil Magny, where neither of them had any damage.
it was just a submission. So
Yeah, one of them could have got fucking knocked.
They could have, but they didn't. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I know.
There's some fight. There's
You'd rather be
definitely
choked
more
out or
MMA fights where they
slapped?
have more cuts, but I would say that there are a lot of power slap
Well,
fights that they
more and
end
more of the
with
time
more
you're going to
damage,
get
too.
way deeper cuts and way more blood loss in MMA than you are in power slapping.
I feel like
Probably,
the
yeah.
damage taken in power slapping is always a given because it's not like you're going to be able to.
You're
those-
right. There's zero chance
situations-
you're leaving with no injury.
Exactly.
Jamal Hill fighting Glover. What would you rather do, power slapping or fighting that fight?
Oh, I would rather be a power slap.
400.
But that's
fucking
that's
punches
a very
Even 90 punches
over
thrown.
exaggerated example.
Yeah.
Even 90
That's
punches.
it's not like all UFC fights are that Jamal Hill versus Glover.
I know. So like, what if there was like 90 significant strikes? I'd rather be power slapped. I'm not gonna cap. Like, one of those
Probably.
90 significant strikes is probably going to cut me, and I'm going to be bruised in my eyes.
But think about it. Even 90
Rather be
significant
power
strikes.
slapped.
Even 90 significant strikes is a huge example. Like the average UFC fight, it's like 50.
All right, 50. I'd rather be slapped
I'd
than
rather be power slapped than listen.
power
Now,
slapped and punched 50
us-
times.
Us
Punched in the face 50 times.
I don't know. A lot of the
us
punches
who don't have any
graze, a lot of
technique
them,
and don't know how to
Yeah.
No,
dodge
significant
punches like that.
strikes, like significant 50
yeah.
significant strikes to the face. You
I don't
rather
know.
do a power slap than be punched in the face
We're talking about the most
50
elite
times.
people here too, who are taking the damage and
Yeah,
on
right.
both sides. You know what I mean?
And you totally have a point here. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not
No,
saying
I know because it's right.
Okay. It is probably right, but it's not like guaranteed right. That's all I'm saying. Like there
I
are
don't know.
some
I'd
power
ra-
slap.
all right,
I know that
it's
you
right
think
to
like
me. It's right to me because I'd rather get punched. I'd rather get slapped than punched 50
is
times.
there a
in the
weight
face.
class in slap?
No.
In the slap? All right. So would you rather get slapped 50 times by somebody who's 250 pounds, or would you rather take your chances fighting somebody that's your weight?
Why would I power slap against somebody that's 250?
Because
Now, like
that's
I
the
would
tournament.
not do it.
That's the tournament, though. It doesn't matter. That it's just anybody in a tournament, and no matter what, it's not weight class. It's not like you're going against somebody your weight. You know
So
what
what
I mean?
would you rather do? So
I
you're
don't-
only gonna get slapped one time and get
No,
knocked
no,
out,
I'm
and
saying
you're gonna be
50
done.
Oh,
times.
you don't get slapped just once in this.
No,
They go
I'm
back
saying-
No,
like
you're gonna
10,
get
20
knocked out,
times.
and then
Yeah.
you're done. Like you get knocked out.
Oh
for a
well, then
slap.
that same thing would be say with the MMA. If
Yeah,
you're
no,
gonna do
but
this for
I'm
MMA,
gonna
you
get
get
punched
punched
50
once. But if you're gonna
50
get
times.
slapped once, then you just get punched once in an MMA fight.
I don't think I. Well, maybe, yeah, maybe, but I don't know. What would you rather do? Slapped or punched 50 times? And I'm gonna go with slapped.
If those are my two options, slapped once or punched 50 times, yeah, I'm picking slapped. But if the options are slapped 20 times and punched 20 times, it's not like that's an easy
Probably
choice.
rather be slapped than punched. It's not an. It's
But
a very easy choice.
But significant strikes aren't flush punches to the face all the time. It might only be 60%, might only be 80%.
Listen, I don't know what you're trying
I'm
to
taking
argue.
the chance of dodging the punches, whether it's
But
in
the
the
whole-
slap
that
box
whole
league.
pound
I
thing-
have to
that
get
whole
slapped.
pound thing-
I have to take damage.
So
no
you would
matter
sign
what.
up for a fight against a guy that's 250 pounds and you would get slapped by him. Because I would not do that. So like now it's just like that's not even like an argument because talking about a guy that's 100 pounds heavier than me.
All right,
Come on.
even 200, but
Even
I'm
200.
I'm saying in
That
the
I
I'm
still
saying in the
wouldn't do it.
slap box league,
I still
there's
wouldn't do it.
not going to be any parameters like there is
Right.
in MMA. It's just everybody's slap boxing for the belt, no matter what. It's just whoever has the best slaps wins. and
So
whoever
if you
can
got slapped
hold
and
the
knocked
damage.
out versus punched and knocked out, what's gonna be more damage? If you got slapped and knocked out or punched?
I think it's the same.
You don't think you have a higher chance of getting your jaw
the way
broken?
they slap.
You have a high percentage of getting your jaw
You don't
broken by
think
a
you have a
punch.
higher percentage of getting your jaw broken or your eye? Like I'm like getting in depth, or like your nose broken. What's more of a chance?
You have
now you're getting in
you have a
depth with
higher
it.
chance of getting blood vessels fucked up in your face, so it's deformed and it's messed up for a couple weeks.
They're
Well,
just
what's the difference
pounding
between that and a
same
broken
spot.
nose?
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and a broken nose? A broken bone. What the fuck you
Well,
mean?
your nose isn't a bone. It's not.
Okay, it is, but you're gonna have to maybe get. All right, never mind. Now we're just getting too deep. I'd rather get. So
You're right. No,
You-
you're right.
no,
we are getting
no.
totally too.
Yeah.
no, you guys would rather get punched than slapped, and I would rather get slapped than punched.
I
That
didn't,
is the
I
argument.
didn't say that I would rather pick either.
Then
I'm just
why are
trying
you
to
arguing?
have this conversation.
I would
Because I'm
take
trying
my
to have this
chance-
argument.
I
I know
would-
have
yeah.
this conversation.
But,
Yeah.
but if you guys would, so
I would take my chances in an MMA ring with somebody who.
yeah,
It's
so
my
you'd
weight
rather get
class.
punched than slapped. I'd rather get slapped than.
I think I am of the same opinion as you, as I would rather be able to fight back
Yes.
than be able to have to get slapped with
Just no matter
defense.
what, I am
Yeah, but
getting
that's
the
not the
shit beat out of
question.
me.
That wasn't the question. Not what would you rather? It's like, what causes more damage?
Well, that's what we started with. Is what would you rather? If
Yeah,
you
but
want to
what-
talk about what causes more damage, MMA
Definitely
fights.
MMA. Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
No
All right,
question.
never mind.
All right, I agree with that though. I agree that MMA fights would cause more
Without
damage.
what? No, because the
But
whole
if we
argument
talk-
before all that, because we got all talking about it, was, what would cause more damage? And you guys said it's power slapping.
No, we started with what would you rather do? That's what you were
Oh,
talking about.
rather
That's
do?
why when we were saying would you rather fight 250 pounder
So what
versus
did we
rather?
just all complain about? What did we all just?
Because we were just having the debate.
Oh yeah, well I'd rather get slapped than punched, and you would get more messed up, and getting punched than slapped, 100%, 100%. And then if 90 significant strike, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5 times, you're gonna get more fucked up getting punched than slapped. Like that was the whole debate before. That's what it all was. There's no way to convince me that getting slapped 50 times is the same as getting punched 50 times. Then why the fuck is it called a slap versus a punch? I don't know. That's just me.
All right, man.
That's just me.
I
There's no way.
wasn't trying to get this heated. I was just
No, I'm not heated. I'm just like I just don't see the argument.
Okay, that's totally fine.
I don't even
you don't
see
have
like
to see
I don't
it.
even see
You don't
like
have
the
to see it.
I
It's
don't even
totally
have to
fine.
see, like,
We were just trying to have the debate, and I want to just talk about this power slap thing because we haven't talked about it like at all. And this is the third week that it's
I was
happening.
gonna say it's been going on
And
for a little while.
it kind of blew up last night. I don't know if you guys saw it. Like the first week that guy had the thing on his face, it really blew up. But last night, it's on Thursday nights, I guess, on I don't think it's Fox. I think it's like TBS, maybe CBS,
maybe
something
ABC,
like that.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And we haven't talked about it at all. And I just thought it was
I'm not even gonna
super
watch it.
interesting. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it either. It's so weird to me that like when it first happened, right? This was like summer of 2022, I think.
Yep.
It's probably did 6 months ago, something like that. And there was 1 or 2 clips that everybody was like, "Oh shit, what is this?" And then it kind of died down. And then there was a clip every now and then all of a sudden, Dana's having an organization. I'm like, huh. Like that's interesting. But the thought of never occurred to me of like that this is going to be a weekly fucking thing. That's crazy.
I know that is.
And now they got what kind of blew up today was this guy Bigfoot Silva, who's a UFC Hall of Famer, is going to be in the show. And like that's really crazy to me because this guy is fucking 6'6", 280 pounds. And
Sounds like people are gonna start
like
watching
like he's a big boy who has some fucking technique. And I think you're right. I think it's going to get viewership every single week because more people are talking about how crazy it is. More people are going to be like, "Oh, maybe I should fucking watch it."
Definitely.
It's crazy. But we hit our time, boys. Episode 150. Episode 150. I want to thank you guys for coming on. You guys have been the fucking best crew I could ask for months and months. Garv, you've been here fucking since day one. Episode 150. We're going to be hitting episode 200 this year. We're almost going to be hitting episode 250 this year. So we're going to think of something cool. We're going to go have some cake because it's me and Garv's birthday week.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to go talk some more shit to Bilal Muhammad. That's what we're going to do. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I want to thank everybody for being with us on this journey and continuing to help us grow, which is what you should do by following us on our Twitter and going to our MMA Complete Accumulation community, where it is the best way to get in touch with us. And we've been having so much fun talking with you guys and interacting with you guys. And we've been getting a lot of good tweets and polls from you guys that we've been able to use on the show. And we're giving you credit for it too. So if you ever want to be featured on the show, if you ever want to get shout outs from us, if you just want to talk to us, you guys want to get our opinions, and we love hearing from you, that's the way to do it. MMA Complete Accumulation. The only way that you're going to be able to get on that is tweet at us and just be interactive with us, and we will get you into the community. I promise you. So that's going to do it for us today.
Oh, shit.
I don't think there was anything I missed today.
I would just say try to shout out fighters that you have as favorites that we missed. You know what I mean? Maybe we missed them,
absolutely.
Put them in there. We'll recognize, and maybe we'll even,
So for the favorite fighters tournament that we're doing, I have a list of 32 fighters. I put 16 out today. 16 are going out tomorrow. We spent a lot of time. We spent way more time on it than I thought. And this was like a spur of the moment thing.
Yep.
So we have a lot of great fighters. If you guys have anybody that you wanted to vote for that we might not have had on there, let us know. And we're also going to be coming out with tournaments for women MMA fighters and for retired MMA fighters. So look out for that in the future. And that's going to do it for us today. Episode 150 in the books. We will see you guys next Wednesday, which would be the fucking third.
I believe it might be the first or the second.
First?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we will see you then. And there's no UFC event this weekend, so February 4th will be the next event, which would be UFC Vegas 69. UFC Vegas 69, and that is Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak plus 190 underdog is real interesting. But we're going to talk about that next week. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we are out of here.